What's happening, everybody? Got another video here. It's been a while, but just going to go over what I believe is the best pit bike that has ever been produced. This is a 2016 TaoTao. It's made from the scooter manufacturer TaoTao. It's a 140cc pit bike. I've had a 125, 110, now 140. There's also 250s and whatnot, but this is still considered the biggest pit bike out there. The rest of them just look like dirt bikes for the most part. And this one, I'm going to do a size comparison in a minute, but this one's probably almost a full-size dirt bike, just a shorter wheelbase, and it ends up wheeling still pretty good, and it's one of the quickest pit bikes I've ever been on. But anyways, I got this one. It was pretty cheap considering what it was. You could still get these for probably like $900 online, and then assembled from a dealer for like, I'd say $1,200 on sale. But this is by far the best one I've ever seen, and obviously this one's really new. I'll show you the nub still on the tire. So this bike's probably got about a half hour, maybe an hour on it. So we're going to take it for a rip in a little bit, but first I want to show you the comparison of it with the an XR80, just to show you it's a little bit bigger than the other pit bikes I've gone on. The other pit bikes are about the same size as an XR80, not as long because that's a trail bike. But let's show you that, and let's see what it looks like. All right, where's the XR? Well, it's behind it. There's your XR80. This is a 97 XR80, and this is the comparison between the two. As you can see, this pit bike is much larger than, you know, any other pit bike I've seen. It's got a shorter wheelbase. It's even shorter than the Tao. I can't even remember the name of it. I think it's made by TaoTao. It's the same thing as TaoTao, but the wheelbase is just about as long, maybe a little bit shorter, and the it's much taller. It's also much faster. XR80s top at, I believe, 45-ish, 40-ish. This bike right here, I topped it already at 60, so that was actually pretty fun to see. It has about the same top speed as a 150 racer, what do you call it, CRF 150Rs, which I've had one of those before, and it's actually very comparable to it. It's super light too, which is pretty awesome. So we're going to take it for a rip, and we're going to go through the woods and kind of see what I like so much about it, and I'll go over it while I'm driving it. All right, so let's get on this thing. I haven't started yet today. In fact, I haven't started in a couple weeks. It has been raining non-stop when I'm not at work. So let's give this a shot. Let's turn this on. I don't think there's a whole lot of gas in here. We're going to kick it over. There's a kickstart. It's your typical crappy woo! There it goes. Some backfires. Probably some extra fuel in the carb. Sounds amazing. This one actually has a key. You can see it right there. It's a clutched bike. It's 4 gears. 1 down, 3 up. It's got to warm up still. We're going to go through the woods. The suspension's nice and soft. Good feedback. Nope. Handlebars actually came down a little bit right there. Loose, something I got to tighten. All right, brakes work. It's what I've noticed with pit bikes too, is while they're on, it is next to impossible to get them out of gear. Meanwhile, as they get out of gear right away. So, well, that's one interesting part. Touting how good this pit bike is. Dude just rips the thing out. Okay, forget it. So we're gonna take it easy because I don't want to fall if I put too much pressure on the handlebars right now. But I took this for a ride on the road. It's got the most amount of power I've ever felt on a pit bike before, being 140 cc's. The suspension is real nice It's not like a CR or a KX or a YZ or anything like that, but it is comfortable considering. It is a rear adjustable shock. Again, I'm going to take it easy down here. I would be going quicker, but due to the fact that this thing is got some loose handlebars, I've also got to heat this thing up a little bit more too. Let's go some off-road. See what's going on here. So one thing to note about pit bikes versus other bikes, there we go. So pit bikes, let me put it toward the pond so I could talk about it. It's probably gonna fall in the pond. Pit bikes have stiffer front suspension and rear suspension normally. This one has looser front suspension. The tires aren't as grabby as a regular bike. Obviously you could turn them down, but in the trails, being a little bit thinner and a little bit smaller, it's always going to be a little squirrely to take these off-road. Let me turn that back on. Dirty. Been non-stop raining lately. So the ground is a lot softer. Faster than a normal pit bike. Okay. I'm going to keep going with this. I'm going to take it back out once I tighten down the handlebars because I want to really show what it could do. But right now, that's what it looks like. Solid bike, small, but still a lot of fun. I had the choke on half the ride there. And we're going to redo this and we're going to see what it could really do even on the road and show you the top speed of this thing too. It's pretty awesome. Snug that down. Want those handlebars falling back down. It's a pit bike after all. Nice and tight. There we go. All right, we're tight. Take two on the 2016 TaoTao. Tighten up the handlebars. We're gonna give it the old run. Catch up to my girlfriend down the road. Pop start this. Oh yeah. handlebars. Look at these right here. That's not exactly what you want to see, these to hold the handlebars down. Still a little sketched out by the handlebars. Oh, they went down a little bit. So therefore, right? Probably got some dog shit on the tires. It's all right. Some hill climbing. Wonder where she went. Who knows? Very quiet. I don't hear. I'm gonna start this thing up anyways. It could have been bad. Thank God that tree stopped you. Wants to go front tires first. That's what it wants to do. That's what we're gonna do. Whew. You're lucky. Very lucky. There we go. Oh. Whoa. Want to ride? All right. All right, closing thoughts on this bad boy here. Well, I think it's one of the best pit bikes I've ever been on. It also seems like it has the most power, being a 140cc per the size that it is. There are larger bikes out there. I think there's 250cc Chinese bikes, but for the money, I don't see that there's anything better out there than this Tao. I found them for about $7.99. Well, new, but in the box. If you want to get them from a local dealer, they seem to be about $1,600. And really, if they last a couple years, I don't see why that's a problem. If you don't use them very much, if you're going to be driving them every single weekend, I would say get a Japanese bike. But for a pit bike, I found this extremely fun. This is great for somebody like me who could only drive it so often. But yeah, no, I would totally go with one of these again, especially if you could get a deal on them. This particular one I paid, you know, just over $500 for, being that it's like a $700-800 bike, but it's like you know, 2 hours on it maybe now, so it should still fetch $600-700 after I had some fun with it. But I'll keep it for a little while just because I actually enjoy it. But what I have to say about the positives of this, the fact that it goes 60 miles an hour, might do a top speed run, we'll see. It goes 60 miles an hour. It also lifts up in first and second gear, whereas the other bikes I know lift up in first gear. Everything works on it, and it seems to be a little bit higher quality than the other bikes that I've used. And it's just got better, softer suspension. You can adjust it, and it seems to just be a better bike. Sorry about the quick video. The only thing I could say about the negative with is the handlebars. There's no teeth on here, so when you tighten this down, it just seems to kind of let go. So yeah, that's one thing I could say that's negative about it. And if anybody has one of these, I'd love to hear what you have to say about them. Post to other pit bikes if you've ever driven them. But this being like the 40th pit bike I've had, I would say most of them pieced together Frankenstein style. This is the most put together bike stock without having to raise it or handlebars. That seems like the most amount of fun for the cheapest price.